Hello, I'm Jonathan Mason, and today we're going to be talking about macronutrients. We have seen that what macronutrients are and that we have to consume quite a lot of them to fuel our bodies throughout the day. It's easy to believe that macronutrients are all we need in our diet. This lack of understanding has supported the rise of our modern day processed and instant ready meals. We are always on the run, and the temptation to live on instant ready meals and other foods that are convenient for our hectic lifestyle is overwhelming. This seems to be fine until we get sick and get diseases that force us to slow down or die. We get type 2 diabetes, chronic heart disease, cancer, high cholesterol, and the list goes on. These diseases come about because we have neglected the micronutrients that keep us healthy. They are called micronutrients because we don't need to consume a lot of them. The most famous case of micronutrient deficiency was scurvy, a disease that is now making a comeback due to our poor diets in infants. Scurvy was a problem with sailors during the Age of Discovery. The sailors found that during the months at sea, the lack of fresh fruit and green vegetables, they began to have problems with their teeth and gums. The problem was eventually traced back to the lack of vitamin C. Vitamin C is a micronutrient. However, serious study of micronutrients did not begin until the early 1900s. This study did not progress as quickly as would have been liked, as the rise of pharmaceutical medication was perceived as being more beneficial, stronger, and more profitable. It is only in the last few decades that diseases have become more rampant and pharmaceutical medication is not able to cure the diseases. It at best manages to control them. This failure in pharmaceutical medication gave a rise to a renewed interest in micronutrients and their purpose. By the 1950s, only 10 micronutrients had been identified, and now over 40 have been identified. This is giving a strong debate as to what pharmaceutical medicine is, and is there an alternative? Macronutrients are the essential nutrients that ensure the body's organs and tissues keep functioning well and with the least amount of wear and tear. It's a bit like oil in a car engine. The oil isn't the fuel that makes the car go, but it is very important for making the individual parts of the engine to function smoothly and not to seize up. So when we have a diet that lacks certain micronutrients, be it a vitamin or a mineral, our body shows signs of weakness, just like the sailors did when they were at sea. This is very much the case today. We don't have a balanced diet. Our bodies begin to use up the natural stores, and when this is done, we begin to show symptoms of not being well. Staying with the vitamin C. Vitamin C is known to support the immune system. This is the system in our bodies that help us fight diseases. So typically, when we get something like a common cold, it is normally suggested that we take a little bit more vitamin C. This gives boost to our immune system. Now, not all micronutrients have been discovered yet, but they do believe that there may be thousands of them. But the good news is that this revival of interest in the study of macronutrients and of how they affect our health is attracting more funding. Although herbal medicine did not diagnose illness in this way, it did suggest herbs and minerals that address these problems. Herbal medicine has a number of benefits insomuch as the prescriptions that the practitioners give contain a whole set of micronutrients that are contained within the plant, and accordingly even contain potential beneficial micronutrients that have not been discovered yet. So how does the average Joe get all these macronutrients without having to study every individual micronutrient and every plant to see what they contain? Macronutrients are contained within the food that we eat. So eating a wide variety of food will provide us with a lot of the nutrients that our bodies require. To really boost your resistance to disease, one must look at herbs and spices. These foods are more than just to make your food taste nicer. The problem with modern foods is that the refined sugar, which is sweet, has replaced the natural herbs and spices. Refined sugar has no real nutrient values and are just unhealthy carbohydrates, whereas herbs and spices are nutrient-packed, gram for gram, compared to other vegetables and meats out there. Nuts are also nutrient packed. So let's have a quick look at some of the herbs and nuts and spices compared to other healthy foods in the market. Let's first take some foods that are healthy and are good for you to eat, as they give you a well-balanced diet and the macronutrients that you will require. I want you to focus primarily on the micronutrients of vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, iron, vitamin D, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and magnesium. Now, if we have a look at beetroot, beetroot is heralded as being quite a healthy vegetable. It has vitamin A of 0%, vitamin C of 0%, calcium of 1%, iron of 4%, vitamin D of 0%, vitamin B6 of 5%, B12 of 0%, and magnesium of 5%. Now remember, these percentage values is per 100 gram, and I will continue with the 100 gram theme throughout. Now if we have a look at broad bean, or as in the Americas they call them fava beans, we have a vitamin A of 6%, vitamin C of 6%, calcium of 3%, iron of 8%, vitamin D, which is mainly a sunshine vitamin, of 0%, vitamin B6 of 5, vitamin B12 of 0, and magnesium of 8. Now that is a healthy vegetable. Now if we have a look at broccoli, broccoli is heralded as probably one of the superfoods out there for as far as vegetables are concerned. It has vitamin A of 12%, vitamin C of 148%, and now you can see why it's called a superfood. Calcium of 4%, iron of 3%, vitamin B6 of 10%, and magnesium of 5%. Now that's a real healthy vegetable. So let's have a look at potatoes. Now I bring up potatoes because potatoes gets quite a lot of bad press, especially for me as a type 2 diabetic, because I can't really eat potatoes because of the carb value. But we're talking about 100 grams here of potatoes, and it's got vitamin C of 32%, calcium 1%, iron of 4%, vitamin B6 of 15%, and magnesium of 5%. It's a healthy vegetable. Now these foods are all undoubtedly healthy foods for you in moderate amounts. But in these few plants, broccoli did very well with vitamin A and vitamin C, and potato did well with vitamin C and B6. So let's look at some of the spices and see how they stack up. Let's have a look at basil. Now, basil is a lovely herb. Let's have a look. Vitamin A, 105%. Vitamin C, 30%. Calcium, 17%. Vitamin C, B6, 10%, and magnesium, 16%. Wow, what a difference. So let's have a look at coriander. Vitamin A, 134%. Vitamin C, 45%. Calcium, 6%. Iron, 9%. Vitamin B6, 5%. And magnesium, 6%. Let's have a look at mint. Vitamin A, 84%. Vitamin C, 52%. Calcium, 24%. Iron, 28%. B6, 5%. And magnesium, 20%. Now when we look at these spices, we can see a similar thing. So let's have a look at the spices. Black pepper, which is your common table pepper that you have. Vitamin A, 10%. Vitamin C, 0%. Calcium, 44%. Iron, 53%. Vitamin B6, 15%. And magnesium, 42%. Let's have a look at paprika. This one is absolutely amazing spice. It has vitamin A, 985%, vitamin C, 1%, calcium, 22%, iron, 117%, vitamin B6, 104%, and magnesium, 44%. Now let's have a look at turmeric. Vitamin A, it doesn't have any. Vitamin C, 43%. Calcium, 18%. Iron, 230%. Vitamin B6, 90%. And magnesium, 48%. So now let's have a quick look at nuts. You can see that's an amazing difference with these herbs. Gram for gram, how much nutrients they have. So let's have a look at the nuts and go on. Brazil nuts. We have vitamin C 0, vitamin C 1%, vitamin A 0, calcium 16%, iron 13%, vitamin B6 5%, and magnesium 94%. Let's have a look at hazelnuts. You've got vitamin C of 10%, calcium of 11, iron of 26, B6 of 30, magnesium of 40%. Look at pecan nuts. Vitamin A 1%, vitamin C 1%, calcium 7%, iron 13%, B6 10%, and magnesium 30%. So as you can see, the herbs, the spices, and the nuts are generally far more nutrient rich than the vegetables. Most vegetables are not nutrient rich as the ones that I have chosen for this comparison, but the herbs, spices, and nuts generally have a much greater value of nutrients. It's not surprising that herbs and spices make up the main arsenal for the herbalist. After this amazing look at herbs, spices, and nuts, we must become aware that some of these foods do have a high calorie content. So this would have to be taken into account, especially when looking at how many nuts you're going to eat. Because I know I love nuts and I can eat a large quantity of them, but they are very high in calories. Herbs and spices are really the secret formula, but it is highly recommended that you spice up your food with a good sprinkling of herbs and spices, as this will enrich the nutrient content of your food. It will fortify your immune system and give you a much more robust health. Making your food spicy, and by this I don't mean hot, I simply mean more flavoursome, will help you get over your sugar addiction and enable you to enjoy a greater variety of foods that you eat. Adding spices to your food is one of the most economic and viable ways of bringing your meals into the very healthy category. In my next video, I will compare diet, herbal medicine, homeopathy, and modern medicine, and ask the question, is there a place for all of them? Please visit my website if you have type 2 diabetes and view my free reverse type 2 diabetes crash course. The links are in the description box below. Have a wonderful day.